Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm excited to share this with you. Hopefully I can do this. So today we are doing the 20 in 20 tag. I don't remember the exact name of it, but basically I am going to be sharing 20 products from 20 different brands. These are going to be quick reviews, obviously, since I only have 20 minutes to share all of these with you. The creator of this tag was actually Jen Loves Reviews, and the whole idea behind it is basically like when you think of a brand, let's say Becca, for example, what's the first product that comes to mind? The first thing that you're like, oh, I love this product from this brand. So that is what we're doing today. I have 20 different products from 20 different brands laid out in front of me, and we're going to go through. Okay, since I only have 20 minutes, I cannot do a long intro. You guys know I love to talk, and this could easily go over 20 minutes, so I am not going to talk too much, but yeah, excuse the background. We're still moving. So let's jump into the reviews, though. So the first brand that I wanted to talk about is Stila. There are a lot of products from Stila that I do enjoy, that I do have in my collection and enjoy, but the one product that really stood out to me from the brand is definitely these here. These are the Magnificent Metal eyeshadow palettes. I think pretty much everybody loves these and talks about them. They're just like the most intensely foiled shadow ever. They do have kind of a liquid base to them. I just grabbed two shades just to show you guys. Yeah, my lighting is awful so far. I have not figured out a good setup for lighting, so I don't think you're going to see my swatch very well, but they're very intense. And they're very beautiful, so I definitely recommend trying these. If you have not tried these yet, you definitely need to. They're amazing. They have a massive amount of colors now. They first came out with just a few, and then they've just added and expanded, and there's a bunch of them now, so definitely check them out if you haven't. They are really good quality. All right, the next thing I have sitting in front of me is Sephora Collection. So Sephora Collection, they have some hits and misses. I've tried a lot of their products. When I worked there at Sephora, we got Sephora Collection and gratis like all the time. So I've tried quite a few products from them, but the one product that stood out as being a favorite, and the thing I think of from Sephora Collection is definitely their lip cream stains. So these are like a liquid lipstick, but they are definitely my absolute favorite formula for a liquid lipstick. They are so comfortable, so pigmented. They're just really good. There's a swatch there of that one there is number 37. I just grabbed a couple, but I have like almost every single shade of these. I love them so much. We did get quite a few of them in gratis, but I also bought quite a few of them when I was working there. I would just pick them up randomly because I think they're so good, and I pretty much wanted every color. But yeah, these are definitely my favorite liquid lipstick and my favorite product from Sephora Collection. All right, next up, Revlon. I don't have a lot of drugstore brands represented in this video, but there were a couple specific things that stood out to me. So for Revlon, it's been a while since I've used a lot of Revlon products, but I recently got this Candid Concealer, and I am obsessed with it. It is probably my favorite concealer from the drugstore I've ever tried. It is so good. It's very creamy. It's not too thick, and it doesn't like cake up at all, and the coverage is amazing. So it's definitely my favorite drugstore concealer. I really compare it to some of my high-end favorites as well. So if you're looking for a good affordable concealer, I would definitely recommend trying this one. I feel like it's pretty new. I feel like they just launched it not too long ago, but definitely worth checking out if you haven't tried it yet. All right, I do have another concealer here. This one is actually from the brand Makeup Forever. So Makeup Forever, I've tried a lot of their products as well when I was working at Sephora, and I do have some favorite products from them, but this is something that I recommended all the time to clients, and it's something that I reach for a lot. Mine's almost empty, and I just had to definitely mention this for Makeup Forever because it's kind of like the first product I think of when I think of this brand. It's their full cover concealer. It's very similar, honestly, to that Candid Concealer that I talked about from Revlon. The formula and everything is very similar. It's very full coverage, it's very hydrating and creamy, so I really like it. It might be just slightly more pigmented than the Candid one, so you need a little less product with this one, so it'll last a little bit longer than the Candid Concealer, but other than that, they're very similar. If you're looking to save money, go with the Revlon one. But if you haven't ever tried this one, I think it's definitely worth trying. It's a really good quality concealer. All right, next up, so there were a few brands that I have so many products that I love from them that it was really hard to pick one. So there's a few brands you won't really see represented here because I just couldn't narrow it down to like the one standout product from that brand. However, MAC, I struggled a little bit, but I decided this is definitely my standout product from MAC. I really like a lot of their products, but their mineralized skin finish powder is a go-to for me. I've gone through this powder so many times. This I've repurchased more times than I can remember. I have this one here I've already hit pan on, and I already have a backup for it. It is just my absolute favorite face powder of all time. I can use it to set my makeup, I can use it on its own, and actually get a decent amount of coverage from it when I use it on its own as well. And it just gives you a very flawless finish. It doesn't get powdery whatsoever. It's just really, really beautiful. So I definitely recommend that. I use the shade Light Plus in case you're wondering. I'm going much faster than I expected, so I'm really happy about that. Next up is a brand, is a little bit more of a luxury brand. It's by Terry. I have tried quite a few products from by Terry through Octoly. I did receive this product through Octoly as well. That is how I found out about it. But this is something I probably will repurchase when I run out of it. Most of the products I've gotten from by Terry through Octoly I like, but not enough to go repurchase it. But this one I probably will repurchase when I run out because it's so beautiful. It is called the Compact Expert Dual Powder. I have the shade Ivory Fair, and the dual part of this powder is it's matte on the outer rim there, and this inside portion here is a like a shimmery finish. So you can swirl your brush to custom create how much shimmer or glow you want to set your face with. But I am obsessed with this inner color. It is like the perfect highlighter. I do have it on my cheeks today. I don't know how well you're gonna see it because my lighting is just so awful, you guys. I realize how bad it is. Maybe when I turn you it's a little better, but you can see my mess. Anyway, it's not gonna get too much better. I'm moving and we're not settled yet. So anyway, I love using this just as a highlighter on the top of my cheeks. I feel like it gives you a really, really natural lip from within kind of glow, and it doesn't look like you have highlighter on. I was wearing this like constantly throughout my pregnancy, and everyone was like, oh, you have the pregnancy glow. I was like, no, it's this powder. So I definitely love this and would recommend that as well. All right, I do actually have one more face powder. So this is from Laura Mercier. This is her translucent setting powder. Again, this is another brand I actually do have quite a few favorites from, but whenever I think of Laura Mercier, I think of this powder. And it might be because this was the first thing I tried from the brand, but I also just think it's a really good all around powder. You can use it to set your under eye, you can use it to set your whole face, and it is translucent. It doesn't give any flashback. I know a lot of people like it for baking. I personally don't use powder for baking. I don't bake, but yeah, this powder definitely was the first thing I thought of when I thought of the brand Laura Mercier. All right, next up is Smashbox. So Smashbox, I actually have tried a lot of products from that I did not like. That is a brand that I feel like has a lot of misses for me personally. And then there's been quite a few products from the brand that I just think are okay. But there is one product that just stood out as my favorite product I've tried, and it's something that you wouldn't really usually think about, and that is an eyeliner. So this is their Always On Gel Liner from Smashbox. I have the shade Fishnet here, but I actually own, I want to say 3 different shades from this collection. I think that they're really, really nice. The black is ultra black. The thing I like about these is they are creamy, so they don't tug or pull, but they dry down fairly quickly, so they're not going to smudge or smear on your eye. You can use them in your waterline, and they don't irritate my eye personally. I actually have very, very sensitive eyes, so I can't, most eye pencils I can't put in my waterline. I've only found like 2 or 3 that work in my waterline, and this is one of them. So if you have sensitive eyes and you've been looking for one, I would try this and see if it works for you. I've had luck with it, so I definitely enjoy those. All right, next up, the brand Clinique. I actually haven't tried a lot of I haven't tried a lot of makeup products from Clinique in a long time, but the one thing that I absolutely love from the brand is their blushes. These are called the Cheek Pop blushes. I have 3 shades here, and then I also have a couple of the palettes that have these inside of them, and these are just so good. The formula on these blushes is amazing. They're very pigmented without going on like too crazy, you know. They blend really easily. They're buildable. They stay on all day. They're just really nice formula, and I really enjoy them. I think they have a great shade selection as well. Lexi's here, by the way, in case you see her in the background. Okay, next up, Benefit. So Benefit, it's kind of a boring brand for me personally, is just in my opinion. I don't have a lot of products that I've enjoyed from that brand. I think there's a few things that I thought were okay. But when I think of Benefit, I definitely think of the Hoola bronzer. This was one of my very first favorite high-end bronzers and one of the first ones that I contoured with. It is a really nice formula. It's not my ultimate favorite anymore, but it's definitely a staple in my collection, and it's definitely the first thing I think of when I think of the brand Benefit. The only thing is I still don't like their packaging on these. They're very bulky, but the bronzer itself is actually really good bronzer. So that is what I thought of for Benefit. All right, next up, one of my all-time favorite products. This probably won't surprise you guys, but as soon as I think of Estee Lauder, the first thing that I want to say is Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. That's like, comes like right out of my mouth. I really love this foundation. I will continue to repurchase this. This is my absolute favorite. I have a lot of other foundations that I like, but this is the only one that I absolutely am obsessed with and love. And so anytime I have like a special event or special occasion, I always pull this out. It is just so good. And just an example, I actually wore this the day that I gave birth to Emilia, and I put it on super early in the morning because we had an appointment at 8 a.m. to get induced. So I put it on at like 6 o'clock in the morning, maybe 6:30. And she was not born until after midnight. It was 12:37 the next morning that she was born, and I had the foundation on the whole day, and it still looked amazing in the photos that we took after she was born. I'll insert a picture so you guys can see. This foundation lasts all freaking day. Like, it just lasts until you take it off, and it looks like you just applied it. And it's just an amazing formula. Personally, I don't think it looks cakey or thick. I know some people feel that way, but I just use my beauty blender and I shear it out. I don't put on a lot of product, but it just gives you the most flawless, beautiful coverage, and I think it's a really beautiful foundation. By the way, everyone always asks me what shade I am. I have the shade 2N1. Okay, next up is the brand Huda Beauty. So Huda Beauty, I always get tongue-tied when I say that. The first thing I thought of with that brand is definitely her Obsession palettes, which I am obsessed with for sure. I have 4 here. I do have 1 more, which is in my project for the year, but these palettes are so good. I love them for so many different reasons. The formula is the #1 reason. Obviously, the formula is so amazing on these. I like the matte formula as well as the foiled and the metallic. I think they're all really, really well made. And they're blendable, they're creamy, they're easy to work with, and I like how compact they are. I also like the color stories in all of them. I think she did a really good job picking colors that complement each other for every single one of these palettes. So yeah, I would definitely recommend these as well. If you have not tried these, definitely give them a go. I think that they are worth checking out, worth picking up. So yeah, that's the first thing I think of for Huda Beauty. All right, the next one is actually a cult classic. So the Balm Cosmetics. The Balm is another brand I have tried quite a bit from over the years, and I've had some favorites, but the one thing that stands out to me is the Mary Luminizer. This is just a classic product that is like a go-to. It's so beautiful. It's just one of the best highlighters, at least for like my skin tone that I've tried. It's a beautiful kind of light golden champagne color, and it just blends really nicely, lasts all day. It is a little bit more of an intense highlighter compared to like that By Terry one that I showed earlier. However, it's not like the Becca ones. It's not quite as intense as those. So it's kind of in the middle. My voice is already giving out and we're running out of time, so I gotta go faster. Next is Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs, again, is a brand I have quite a few favorites from, but this one stood out as one of the best. This is the Tantastic bronzer from Marc Jacobs. This is just a gorgeous feel like it was like my second favorite when I did rank my bronzers, which I'll link above. I feel like it fell into second place, but it is such a good formula. I think the only reason it made it into second place was because of the price. Marc Jacobs is a little bit more of an expensive brand, but if you're looking to try something from his brand, and you know, when you're spending that kind of money, you want to know that you are going to love the product. This is something I would say you will not regret. It's such a big pan as well. Like, I feel like it'll last so long, you'll definitely get your money's worth. The color is great if you have a fair to light to medium skin tone. There is also a version now, I believe, for a deeper skin tone as well, but I have the Tantastic one. This is so great. Definitely recommend it. I absolutely love it. All right, next is the brand Bodyography. So Bodyography sent me a huge PR package with a ton of their products, and I pretty much disliked everything I tried, or it was just okay. So in general, the brand just wasn't exciting to me, but this product stood out as being an amazing product, and I still have every single one of these shades that they sent me. I think they are fantastic. These are called their glitter pigments, and honestly, these are a dupe for the Hourglass cream shadows. I can't remember what they're called now, the glitter shadows from Hourglass. These are a dupe for those. Totally the same formula. They are so good. They're just a gorgeous glitter pigment. They have kind of like a gel base to them, so they stick amazing, but I still use like a glitter glue underneath. So there is a swatch right there. But yeah, these are really fun to work with. I love wearing them, especially around the holidays when I wear glitter a little bit more on my eyes. But yeah, if you're looking to try this brand, I would definitely recommend starting with these glitter pigments. That is definitely something that stood out to me as being an amazing product from Bodyography. Okay, similar story with this here from Il Maquillage. I did get a PR package from them as well with a ton of products to try, and most of them I really disliked, but this palette is so good, you guys. It is really good. It's expensive, and that's why I don't talk about it too much on my channel. I don't know that it's worth the price, but the formula is pretty amazing. It's called the Colorpop Pro Palette. It has 12 eyeshadows in it. It does have a mixture of matte, shimmer, and glitter eyeshadows in here, and I've really loved the formula on all of them. Every time I've used this, I've loved the look I come up with because it just blends like a dream, and it's so fast and easy. Like, I feel like I don't have to put any work into it when I come up with a look from here. It's just like quick, easy, and it looks amazing. So I just really love this palette, and I definitely, I don't know, it's expensive, so, but if you're looking to invest in a really good palette, I would say give it a try. I think it's very, very nice. So had to mention that for Il Maquillage. Next up is Colorpop. Colorpop, I haven't ordered anything from them recently. It's been a while since I've tried any new products, but my favorite product I've tried from them, and the one thing I think of when I think of Colorpop, is definitely their lippy sticks. I really like their lippy sticks. Try to say that 10 times quickly. This is in the shade Oh Snap, which is my favorite. It's just a really good neutral nude color. It's a little bit on the cool tone side, but it's really pretty. I just love these for like a quick application. I think they're really nice. They're creamy. They're very pigmented. Even though this one is matte, it does have like a little bit of a glossiness to it. I think they all do have a little bit of a like glossy finish to them. But I just think they look really pretty on the lips, and they're like one of those easy to throw on lip products that you just don't have to fuss with, which I appreciate. Next up, another drugstore brand that I wanted to mention is CoverGirl. So CoverGirl put me on their PR list last year, and I've gotten quite a bit from them. They're very generous with their PR, which I really appreciate. However, a lot of their stuff has been kind of hit or miss for me, but one of my favorite things that I've gotten from them is definitely their primers. And not just this primer, they did send me their full collection of primers, but I think the quality on these are really good for the drugstore. They honestly remind me of the Makeup Forever face primers, if you've tried those, which are amazing, and they have a lot of similar primers. So they have like color correcting, brightening, illuminating, mattifying. They have like the whole collection. This one here happens to be the illuminating one, which has been my favorite recently. But if you're looking for a good drugstore face primer, I would say try these depending on what you're needing for your skin. give these a try. I think you'll really like them. Next up is Anastasia. Again, this brand was a little hard for me to think of what was my favorite product because I really love their eyeshadow palettes, and there's a lot of products I've been enjoying from them, but I had to mention the Brow Wiz. I'm sure a lot of you knew this was coming because this is my favorite brow product and it's a go-to for me, and I've repurchased it so very many times. I had to go with this for Anastasia. I don't think I could live without my Brow Wiz, so I had to mention it. You guys know I love it. I just love the micro pencil. I love the nice small spoolie that's on here. The pencil is creamy but not too creamy, so it doesn't like move around on your brow, but it doesn't tug or pull either, and it's just so easy to work with. I don't know how to explain it, but this pencil is just like magic. If you're struggling with using brow products and you're not finding one that you like or that you find easy to work with, try this one. Number 20, the last one, is LORAC. So for LORAC, I had to go with the Mega Pro palettes. I have all 4 of them. I just love the Pro formula from LORAC. It is my favorite eyeshadow formula. It is so easy to blend. It's like effortless. Like you don't have to know what you're doing. You can just, which I don't most days, you just throw it on there. It blends like a dream. And the reason I love the Mega Pro palette so much is because you get so many eyeshadows in one little palette. So it makes it really easy to come up with a eyeshadow look from here, and you can come up with so many different looks from one individual palette. It's great for traveling as well. Even though they are kind of on the larger side, they're nice and thin, so I still bring these when I travel. I don't mind that it's a little bit larger. It's like bringing a book, or about the size of like a mini iPad. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and I just love my Mega Pro palette. So every time they come out with one, I will be picking it up. It is my favorite. And when I think of LORAC, I think of my Mega Pro palettes. That's what I think of. So, all right. So hopefully I made it in under 20 minutes. I'm sitting at 25 right now, but I think I have some editing I can do, hopefully, to get me under 20. But yeah, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know there is also a 20 worst products tag that is going around as well. So if you guys want to see me do that, make sure you give this video a thumbs up or leave me a comment and let me know about it. But I'm going to end this, and hopefully it's under 20 minutes or really close, because yeah, that's hard. That's hard to do. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.